Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to CCRL Pro Tier. Tonight they are taking on the 6.174 kilometer, 3.836 mile circuit. It's got 27 corners and 3 DRS zones. It is the Jeddah Corniche circuit in Saudi Arabia. We have a dry qualifying on hand tonight. We will bring up the points after round 5 in Silverstone. Unfortunately, I was not available last week, but Rocket Man did pick up his 5th win of the season. He is going to lead the points with 187. Then you got Swazi in second with 106, Natural in third with 102, Komakopa fourth with 98. Fifth is the Boomster with 76, Mr. Miller with 75, Trackside with 72, 87th, 8th is 63 with Peak Hour, 9th Raptor with 62, and rounding out your top 10 is Bonget with 49 points. Let's pull up the telemetry, the lap data, and the track map. We're making our way through Sector 1 here, heading towards the hairpin on the front stretch, or the front side of the circuit. It's going to be a 180 here, and then carry back all the way towards turn 27. In regard to the constructors, we do have Aston Martin leading at the top with 263 points, Red Bull with 164, Mercedes right behind them with 155, Alpine with 128 in 4th, Haas with 91, Racing Bulls Honda with 93, 77 for Ferrari, McLaren with 63, the Saubers with 62, and the Williams with 32. Well, to begin our first lap of the session, I believe that is not going to be Bonget. That is Swazi heading down in towards turn 1. He is going to brake at about 100 meters all the way down into 3rd gear off the exit of turn 1. Carries as much speed as he can, heading towards turn 4 now. I believe that's turn 4. Let me just pull up my track map here so I'm not giving you the wrong corners all race. Yes, that was. Making his way through the tricky section of Sector 1. And now carrying his speed through turn 12. Heading towards turn 13 we go. 33.1 in Sector 1. And now we're making our way on the backside of the fastest street circuit here on the calendar. And we're gonna carry our speed into the first hairpin of turn 16, and the DRS zone is gonna open up here. 38% battery left, heading into the really fast left right-hander of 23 and 24, and he does keep that car under control within the track limits and heading towards the final corner of turn 27. Gonna get a nice entrance in really wide off the exit. He's got the power down, burning the rest of the battery, and unfortunately burnt as much as he could with a 130.048 at the top. Raptor making a run towards the line now, and he's gonna set himself a 130.8. Natural has invalidated, and Peak Hour up to the line. Harb making his debut here, starting his first lap of his session. Looks like Komakopa has, or Barnett invalidated there. Komakopa has taken pole with a 130.023, riding on board with Trackside here as he makes his run through Sector 3 now. He's going to open up the DRS flap, burning as much battery as he can, heading towards the final corner of 27. Heavy on the brakes all the way down into 3rd gear, right onto the apex. Really nice exit, power down, opening up the rear flap, keeps it to the inside, and into the top 5 he goes with a 130.888. So trackside sitting there in the P5 with the Ferrari. Harb here on his first lap of his qualifying session, heading through turns 22 and 23, really over the apex. He seems to have a lot of pace here, 50% ERS, and he's going to keep it tucked to the inside here. Opens up that DRS flap. He's got it wide open into 27. On the brakes, back on the power. He does turn his battery down to medium prior to the entrance of the corner, and he did burn all the way to a 129.438. So he is sitting as a provisional pole sitter. So this could be a little bit of competition here for Mr. Rocketman at the top. Barstool Benny's going to come across and begin his lap. Rocketman is still out on circuit. Tarzan here working his way through the tricky sector of Sector 1. Let's jump on board with Natural, as he seems to be next one making his way towards the line. He is coming through Sector 2 DRS wide open, 25% ERS remaining into Sector 2 split 101.814. Gonna get on the power, carrying as much speed as he can through turn 25 and now 26, and into the final hairpin on the circuit. And he's gonna be getting ready to open up this DRS in about 100 meters. Got it wide open, keeps it tucked to the inside line by the pit lane, and right up into P2 on the front row with a 129.807. Bald Guy Racing parked here in pit lane, just letting everyone by. Mr. Miller currently working his way through turn 13. Tarzan coming to the line with a 136. And then it looks like Rocketman has begun his lap. Barstool Benny beginning his lap, it appears to be so, maybe. He is at a 130.198, but he has an enormous amount of ERS deployment remaining here, with about 80% when he crossed the line there. So if he burned more, I wonder where he could be contending here on the grid. Rocketman making his way through turn 23 and now through 24. He's going to head onto this back straight, kind of, I guess you can say. He's got turn 25 and 26 and now into the hairpin. And let's see how he does. Off the exit, power down. He's going to open up this DRS lap. He's got plenty of battery to burn, but he has deployed multiple and up to pole with a 129.331 now. The Rocketman there could have shaved, I'd probably say, maybe a half a tenth more off of that time by keeping it tucked to the inside white line, but that doesn't really appear to matter much, as he is sitting on the front row in front of Harv. Swazi here getting ready to begin a lap, I believe. Natural heading into pit lane. Komakopa on an out lap. Tarzan makes his way up into the second row with a 29.497, so nearly 600ths of a second back from Harv, or Harvey, I guess. Peak hour in P9. Invalidated. Raptor tucked to the inside. Mr. Miller making his way through 22 and 23 now, off the exit of 24. He's going to open up the DRS flap. With about 8 minutes and 45 seconds left of the qualifying session, everybody is going to be jumping onto some soft tires, low fuel here, as we're making our way around the final hairpin, and Mr. Miller is going to run towards the pit lane. So a little bit of miscommunication there with his team. Bald Guy Racing appears to be on a lap here as he's making his way through 24 and 25. He's still got about 16% battery left heading into the final corner. off the exit of 27, heading down this long straight here, making the run towards turn 1. He has deployed all of his battery for the lap, and into the P12 position he goes with a 30.768. So we got kind of a close grid here between a couple drivers. Your top 4 kind of close there, and then from natural down to, I'd say all the way down to trackside there, pretty close. I'm sure Patty Cake gonna find some more time here as he's making his way 2/10 up on his time, heading into turn 16, and now off of 17. I believe that's what that one is. Yep, got that one right. And he's gonna make him run heading all the way towards this last chicane. Is he gonna keep it nice and tight for on the early touches? Yes, he does. Off the exit of 24. He's coming through the final 2 corners into the penultimate corner of 26. Down to 8% battery left into the braking zone of turn 27. He's gonna put the power down. How much time is he up on his lap here in sector 3? To the line, 4/10 gain into P13, and you got 3 drivers at the 130.7 range. So we're going to be looking out for a lot of battling here, as it appears Modern Tide just puts himself. No, he's absolutely flying. 6/10 up on his time through sector 2. Where could that put him? That is looking like a potential second row. We will see if he can gain any more time here for the front row. He's really going to have to find a lot of time if he wants that pole position. He's going to put the power down. DRS flap's going to open up. He's going to keep it tight to the inside line. And across to the provisional pole with a 129.287. So what a lap by Modern Tie, as Harv here has dived into pit lane. Swazi here making his run through sector 1. He's going to be 2/10 up on the time. We will keep an eye on that. The Boonster here is making his run through sector 1. Gained 8/10 on his last lap actually, so he is up to a 29.731 in that P6 position. Natural here. Let's see, he's no longer on a lap. Trackside is not on a lap. Barstool Benny appears to be 3.5 up on his time through sector 1. Let's see what he's looking at here in sector 2. 7.5 up on his time. Really pushing for this pole position. He's gonna burn some more ERS down this back straight here. No, he's really not going to. Opens up the DRS flap heading into the final corner. And now off the exit of the final hairpin, he's going to burn the rest of the ERS. Closes it down to medium. And slows down before the line. And still provisional pole for Barstool Benny with a 29.262. Everybody here putting down some flyers in this pro tier. Barstool Benny turned off his ERS there as he was crossing the line and still managed to get provisional pole. Natural beginning a lap. After going into turn 27, he needs to find some time here to get a big leap up the grid. Is he going to put himself into the 29 range? Comes across the line, 2/10 gain into P11 with a 130.345. So not quite there yet. Bald guy is on a lap or out lap. Barstool is currently just driving around. And appears maybe Rocket Man might be on a lap here. He's got the hot lap on heading into turn 27. Really seems to be pushing each car to the limit. Off the exit, heading towards the line. He's going to open up this DRS flap, keep it pushed to the inside. And he's getting a provisional pole sitter with a 129.032. Barstool Benny right behind him with a 29.262. And Modern Tie is going to be making his way out of pit lane here. Got a couple minutes left of qualifying. Hard is beginning his lap in that P4 position. Right on board with him through Sector 1. See how tight and technical this sector is. And he's going to have a really nice drive there off the exit of turn 2 into 4. And he's going to get this car well under control as he's making his way through the tricky part of Sector 1. Keeps it tucked all the way to the inside of the wall, and now he's going to head down the straight in towards turn 13. 3.5 tenths up on his time, contending for the pole position at this time. He gets a little loosey-goosey there off the exit of 13, running through into 16 we go. Still keeping his car well under control. He does turn the hot lap off when he is in the car corners. So he goes to medium, but he seems to have it very dialed in as he dives into turn 22. He's got a purple sector 2. Harvey is looking to jump out of that P4 position onto the front row. The booster has overtaken Barstool Benny there with a 29.244. So he's in that P2 position, but in the meantime, this Sauber is now going to run towards the line, keeping it to the inside wall. He comes across, and he has unfortunately broken the 28 mark and down to the 28.8 range. So Rocky Man's got to put in a lap, and actually he is not going to be able to. The Boonster won't be able to either. Barstool Benny is on his final qualifying lap here. Modern Tie is invalidated there through Sector 1. So not sure what's going on there. Barstool Benny really needs to get cooking here. He's got 57 seconds. I'm not sure if he's going to make it in time. Tarzan getting ready to start his lap. Swazi is pushing through here. He's currently on a lap. Heading into Sector 2 split. He's 75 thousandths of a second up on his time. Almost a tenth. That's not going to be much to leap him up. That will give him a position into that P6 position. He still needs a little bit more if he wants to get by Modern Tie or Barstool Benny, the Boonster, or Harvey. Oh, and we get loose off the exit of 27. And that's going to call it quits for Swazi as he's going to dive into pit lane. Tarzan was able to get his lap on. Modern Tie is also going to jump into pit lane. Raptor jumps into pit lane. Peak Hour is out here on a lap. Let's get the front of this train here. Mr. Miller currently working his way. 2.5 up on his time. Really struggled in qualifying. This used to be a guy with a lot of pace. And he's seemed to really struggle as of late, so hopefully he can turn it around tonight here as he's heading towards the start-finish line here to finish off his qualifying. And he's going to come across into the P8 position with a 29.5. So a really solid lap for him. We got the next car on the grid. That is natural. Does not gain a position. Peak Hour is going to make a run towards the line. Is he going to gain anything into P11? Tarzan, he's running it towards the line, but not really running very fast. Down onto Patty Cake, he's going to be running towards pit lane to go put the car up on a set of jacks. Komakopa's out here, he's flipping and flopping, you know, like a fish out in the sea. Gonna head towards the line, and that was a stellar lap there. Barstool Benny, 3/10 improvement. Oh, and he just misses out on pole position by almost just a tenth. They're separating Harvey and Barstool Benny. That is a fast lap. Sorry I missed that, Barstool. Um, but, you know, the flopping fish of Tomacopa was kind of distracting me. But that is your qualifying, folks. We're going to have about 3 minutes or so. Harvey here on pole. Barstow Benning in second. Rocketman in third. Tomacopa fourth. De Boonster fifth. Modern Tie sixth. Tarzan seventh. Mr. Miller eighth. Swazi ninth. Natural 10th. Peak Hour 11th. Trackside 12th. Bonnet 13th. Raptor 14th. Patty Cake 15th. And Bald Guy Racing will round out your grid here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit. So it's going to be about 3 minutes or so before we get rolling the green flag. I'm going to take a moment to myself here, and then I will be right back with you. Alright, so I had a moment for myself here and decided to take a look at some F1 IRL launch dates, February 18th at the O2 Arena in London. They will be doing the season launch. I hope you all will be tuning in for that. Excited to watch it, just to kind of see what some liveries will be looking like. However, February 19th, the very next day, Ferrari will be launching their livery. It appears they're not doing the season launch. Aston Martin will be launching theirs on February 23rd, and then February 24th will be the Mercedes. Right after that, February 26th and 28th will be preseason testing in Bahrain, so I hope you all are looking forward to some action IRL. In the meantime, pulling up the calendar here, after Jeddah, we are going to be going to the Zandvoort in Netherlands, February 17th. And then it will be Hungary, February 24th, and we will be taking a little break, getting ready for some Monza on March 10th. Those are your next 3 rounds, and we should be getting going shortly here. And we are getting the countdown and the text chat from Mr. Bonget. And he gives us all a good luck and enjoy. Let's get ready to rumble here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit. Who will prevail? That will be the question. Which driver is going to prevail? Who's going to win this? I'm just out here chilling with my Coca-Cola. We're sponsored by Coca-Cola. What's this? 0 sugars. Don't forget to recycle. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And the lights are out, and we're going to make our way down into turn one. It appears Rocketman gets off to a wonderful jump on the outside, and he's going to overtake Barstool Benny into P2, and already a virtual safety car, as a lot of action went on in the back. Not sure what happened. Seeing front wing, front wing, front wing. It appears everybody's got some front wings, so not really sure what may have... Oh, never mind. Coma Copa is totally gonzo, and so is Raptor. So it's going to be a tough one for the both of them. But under a full safety car, it appears to be so. Medium to hard, soft, medium, hard are your two strategies. We're going to be looking at 11 to 24 laps. Will be the first pit stop. Let's pull up the tires for the time being. Your only hard runners is Trackside and Tarzan. The rest of the grid on mediums, and then Patty Cake started on a set of softs. So that is your tires for the time being. Oh, okay, track map, gross. And off the start, Swaggy up 4 positions already, and Peak Hour up 3. Bald Guy up 5. Comacopa down 11, and Raptor down 2. As he goes really wide there in turn 23. Comacopa here is going to get a free pit stop to replace that front wing and get fresh set of tires on. Not exactly sure what happened as I was trying to catch the front of the grid. My apologies. Started pressing the wrong buttons too, so yeah. And we all dive in the pit lane. Patty Cake also goes in the pit lane. Didn't see any front wing damage for him, but is he going for a front wing change? It does not appear to be so. However, he is going to go to a set of hard tires. And he's going to try and make the long run here, and Raptor also gets that front wing changed, as well as Comacopa, and they're going to make their way back onto the circuit here in Jeddah. And we're now going to carry our speed into turn 13 of the hairpin under the safety car. I believe that it's going to be one more lap, and then we should be going back to the... I feel that we're still under the safety car here on lap 2. Little incident there going into turn 1, it appeared to be so. Had some front wing changes. Safety car will be going in this lap. And off the exit of turn 27, Harvey is the leader here. As he's going to lead the field back to green. It's all on him on when he wants to put the power down, and now he does. Does he catch Rocket Man off guard? He does not. And everybody's making their run safely in towards turn 1. Closest battle here appears to be behind, but seems to sort themselves out. As they're all heading off the exit of turn 3. Now towards the chicane of 4. Mercedes behind the Wagner did peek to the inside. He more or less was doing it to split the sled. Oh no, and Wagner goes around into the inside wall. And that is going to be another virtual safety car here as we come into turn 13. So far not able to be under green for a lap. And we get a virtual safety car. Head into sector 2. Now gonna make our way into turn 23 and 24. When will we be going back to green? That is the question. As we make our way off the turn 27, down the front stretch, still under the virtual safety car. And DRS enabled once again, back to green flag. And through turn 1 and 2 we go. Your front runners are still all single file. Tarzan did not appear to have gotten a good start there. Get rid of the position changes. Through turn 4. Jump back up to the front in the Williams. Barstool Benny. He's now going to carry his speed down into the hairpin of 13. Got quite a bit of a gap kind of separating him. Seems to be your top 4 to 5 guys really aren't putting much pressure on each other. Just trying to stay within the DRS range, find a groove, settle in here on the start of the race. We've had a safety car and a virtual safety car in the first 4 laps. So these guys are just kind of getting ready to just start getting into that groove now as we're making our way through turn 24. And it looks like the Boomster is going to have to burn here to kind of catch back up to Barstool Benny, as he is separated by 9/10 of a second. The DRS is enabled. They're going to come off the exit of turn 27, heading across the lane. Rocket Man with the fastest lap. But still, no action going on here by the front of the grid. They did close up to the back of each other into the braking zone. The Boomster still running in P4. He's got pressure from the Mercedes behind him. Modern Kai with a 3-second time penalty already here on lap 6. A track that can be notorious for that. We will have to keep an eye on these time penalties. It can make or break your Grand Prix. Trackside does get brown balls got raced. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, as I seem to have missed that. But back up to the front, making a run into turn 16. Trackside here, working his way back through the grid. He's trying to now find some pace. 2.6 seconds back of P9 of Tarzan. And it seems to have been a mistake from Tarzan. And now Trackside has put him under pressure. We're going to go down into this as they make their way into 22. Nothing happened. Rocket Man does have the DRS to Harvey in front. They're trying to break that DRS to Barstool. To Benny behind him, but Benny does have the DRS as they're making their run down into turn 1. In the meantime, Harvey and Rocket Man are going to swap positions. Harvey here in P2. They both are about even on battery between your top 3. The Booster is holding on to a little bit more. Bald Guy Racing is going to make his way by Tarzan. It appears natural, putting pressure on Tarzan now. Trackside 2.9 back. Peak hour, Mr. Miller looks like. Mr. Miller made a big mistake. That is going to bring out the virtual safety car. Everybody is going to start regenerating. We are on lap 7 of 25. We get about 19 laps to go here, or 18 and a half, I shall say. And, yeah, it's been kind of action-packed, not really a whole lot. Only one lead change between Rocket Man and Harvey here up at the front. We've had 2 virtual safety cars and a full course safety car in the first 7 laps. The Sauber seems to have pace for Rocket Man. The top 3 fighting to keep the Booster behind them. But the Booster also is kind of in a beneficial spot. However, he did not really have a good getaway there. Harvey, though, he has put an enormous amount of pressure on Rocket Man on that restart. Through the inside he goes and regains the lead into the braking zone. And now Harvey back to your race lead here at Jeddah. Modern Tie. Copa is going to work his way by... Oh, Mr. Miller has dived into pit lane. Patty Cake in Raptor here fighting. Natural trying to put pressure on the back of Bald Guy. Or no. Yeah. Natural's got a lot of pressure on Bald Guy. Bald Guy's really going to go wide. Natural's going to peek to the inside, but he isn't going to be able to get a move done into turn 13. Swazi there. He's got all the pressure on the Booster. And he looks for that move around the inside. Now the outside. He is going to overtake. And he is going to complete the move on the Booster. Now the Booster's about to lose out another spot. And he's lost it out to Modern Tie. Modern Tie is cruising right now on these medium tires. Hanging it in the DRS of Swazi. Doesn't want him to get too far away as they come off the exit of turn 27. Got a 3-car battle up in the front. Rocket Man looking around the outside of Harvey. And he is going to overtake. That is going to bring Barstool Benny into play. The Booster is going to overtake Modern Tie. Modern Tie gets another 3-second time penalty. He's up to 6 seconds here at Jeddah. Really struggling to keep it within the track limit. Barstool Benny has kind of put the pressure on. Tarzan and Trackside both battling it out side by side there, heading into turn 4 it appears. And now Trackside is giving up position to Tarzan. Tarzan sitting in P8. Trackside has found some pace. Now he is looking to hopefully get by the Haas in front of him quickly. He is going to get down to the inside of turn 13. And the Ferrari goes through. And back to pedal to the metal off the exit. Heading through 16 and 17 we go. This is really fast. A right left-hander chicane. And then down this back straight. But we are going to jump back up to the front as Harvey has seemed to put an enormous amount of pressure on Rocket Man. He's going to go through the inside. Here comes Barstool Benny down the inside as well. off the exit, and now we got a 3-car fight heading towards the start finish line. One's gonna go into pit lane on lap 9. Pretty early, I would say, there to be getting off the medium, but he is gonna be going for a massive overcut. See if he can get, or undercut, see if he can get a big gap going on. The Boomster and Modern Tie were still fighting for position. Modern Tie gets really loose off the exit of turn 2. As they come through 3, he's going to hold around the outside and force the Booster into the wall. He did back out well early enough. The Booster now has some front wing damage. Peak Hour is going to make his way through. Tarzan's also going to follow along with this train as Trackside lead it through Sector 1. And now they're going to put the power back down. Heading towards turn 13. Trackside almost opens up that 1 second over Tarzan. As he's going to be heading for it here, but Tarzan seems to get a much better exit there off of 13. Rockin' in almost lost the DRS to Barstool Benny. Harvey does get by his teammate there, bald guy. Seems to be a little teamwork going on. And another lap of your 2 leaders staying out on circuit. Modern Tie is about to make a move on to Boomster around the outside into the braking zone. The Boomster still keeping his eye down to the inside there. Who we got into pit lane? We got Peak Hour and Swazi both into pit lane. Trackside here, up to P5 now. He's still got Tarzan Natural on the back of him. Harvey here on the hard tires, trying to get him broken in here so he can start to open up a little bit more of a gap. Tarzan has made a drastic mistake, and that is going to be a banger to some of these individuals here, as anybody up towards the front of the grid might be having a free stop, such as Barstool Benny, Rocketman, and that's going to hold back a couple individuals here on the grid. But we'll see how the grid shapes up here after this round of pit stop on lap 11. And we're almost halfway through this Grand Prix. Rocketman and Barstool Benny still up in the front. And it looks like Rocketman, Barstool Benny, gonna come out of pit lane in front of Rocketman. Harvey into P3, so he is gonna be right up to the back of him. Modern Tie will come out in P4, the Boomster in 5th, Patty Cake in 5th, Swazi 7th, Trackside coming out on a set of mediums here. He's gonna go mediums to the end. And then you got Peak Hour, Natural in 10th, Coma Copa in 11th, Bald Guy Racing in 12th, Raptor in 13th, Mr. Miller 14th, and Bonga in 15th. That's your grid on lap 11 out of 25. So we should be getting back to green this lap. Bong it out, we're drifting through some of the corners. I believe the safety car is in this time, and indeed it is. We will be getting back to green flag. The Boonsker and Patty Cake made a little mistake there. Patty Cake is back in the session. Giving a little bump and go here to the Boonsker right on board the Rocket Man, as Benny is going to lead us back to green flag here. Gonna have about 12 laps to do, and the Williams is off to the races heading towards turn 1. The Sauber of Harv gets a wonderful jump down to the inside of the Aston Martin into the braking zone. Gonna overtake into that P2 position. Now Modern Tide's gonna be looking to put the pressure on the Aston Martin in front. Wazzy does get by Patty Cake in P7. Let's see here. Trackside MP11 does have his front lane. He's going to look to go around the outside. He's stuck behind the Sauber of Bald Guy Racing. He needs to get by him quickly. He's going to look to get by him here off the exit of turn. I want to say that is 11 and 12. And now into 13 we go. He's going to head towards Sector 2, and that is the Williams around, and that is Patty Cake, who's just gone around. He showed up in the view, going backwards there. Very unfortunate for the Williams here. Harvey is 1 second back from Barstool Benny. Natural and Coma Cobra are going to battle side by side into 22. They both come out alive. Now Coma Copa is going to open up that DRS flap. Gets by Natural through the inside. Here comes the Ferrari of Trackside down to the inside. He was looking for it, but he decided not to go for it. DRS is enabled. This time heading towards turn 1 we go. That's weird that it said DRS enabled, huh? Should have been enabled a while ago, but off the exit of turn 2, and I believe that was Bonnet making a drastic mistake. He's lost his position out to Mr. Miller. Up at the front, Rocket Man trying to get back in the DRS. Trackside is going to get by Natural here. Trackside always seems to find his way around people in the strange areas, and I'm not exactly sure how he managed to do that one. Up into the P8 position he goes, though. He's got Coma Copa right in front of him. 1 second. through turn 22. Back up to the front. We got a change for the lead. Harvey and the Sauber back into the race lead over the Williams of Benny. These three here up in the top three have been fighting all Grand Prix long. Barstool Benny's gonna get the DRS, not burning anything. Down through the inside into turn one we go. The Williams and the Gulf Coast of Earth. Barstool Benny is holding off the Sauber of Harb. Harb's gonna look down to the inside of turn 13. Wheel-to-wheel action off the exit, close. And it's gonna be the Williams holding on to the position over the Sauber. Rocket Man now looking to get in on this action here. Up in the top three. Modern Tides holding off to Boonster behind. We got Copa here, but we're going to jump back to the front here as these guys are heading down into 22 with the DRS flaps wide open. 3 cars on board, all fighting for position off the exit of 24. Heading down the back stretch, the DRS wide open once again. We're going to be 3 abreast, heading in. Oh, a little wheel contact. Heading into 27. And the Sauber doesn't want to give up position, and the Aston Martin doesn't want to back out from a win. He's on a 5-race win streak. Now he's looking to contend. Rocket Man around the outside into turn 1, and a lock up there for the Sauber. He does keep the car going forward, all 4 tires facing straight. Oh, and a 3-second time penalty from the Sauber of Harb. That is going to be massive at the end of the Grand Prix. The Boonster, however, is kind of closed up to the back of Modern Tie. Trackside trying to close up to Copa here, sitting in P7. Mr. Miller on that rear diffuser of Bald Guy Racing here as they're coming off the exit of 13. Back up to the front. Barstool Benny is putting the pressure on the Sauber, but now the Sauber is burning to catch up to the back of the Aston Martin in through turn 22. Mr. Miller does complete his move. Down into turn 27 we go. Harb is looking around the outside. No, he's been sliding behind. And now we're going to be looking for a move down the start-finish straight. And here comes the Williams down to the inside. A 2-for-1 special into turn 1. Does he get the outbreak? Around the outside of turn 2? No. Harvey here in the Sauber is going to hold on to position here for the lead. These guys are racing like it's the final lap. Bonget's going to make his way around Raptor. A little contact there. And that is going to put Raptor around. Bonget is going to slow down, I think. I'm not sure what's going on here. No, he is going to continue on with his day. Can't really pinpoint fault at that. As we continue on our way here with the leaders up in the front, the Sauber of Harvey is dealing with a 3-second time penalty. And who is that? That is Bonget that has gone around. Raptor has gotten the position from him. No position change yet from your leaders. They're heading down in towards turn 27. The Williams of Benny gonna slot right back in behind the Aston Martin. Natural is gonna make his way by peak hour into turn 27. Swazi's going to make it by Bong it. He's all the way down into that P13 position. Unfortunate race for him. He's had a great start. And it just kind of fell apart after the first safety car. We are going to continue through Sector 1 here. Harvey's opened up nearly a full second here over Rocket Man. Broken him out of the DRS. Let's get a battery comparison. Harvey has a little bit more. And then we got Barstool Benny just back here chilling. Not exactly sure what he's waiting for. He's got to make a move fast. He doesn't want the Sauber to get too far ahead of him. As they're going to come through turns 16 and 17. Still going to be fighting for position. Mr. Miller appears to have maybe made a mistake. He's lost out about 3 positions there. Barstool Benny down the inside into 22. He is going to take over. But unfortunate passing circumstances there. He's not going to get DRS heading in towards turn 27. However, he's definitely burned a lot of battery. He's not under a second yet to the Sauber in front. This is going to allow Rocket Man to use the DRS, maybe flop positions. But Barstool Benny is still not giving up. As now here comes Rocket Man, the Boonster, and Modern Tide's going to swap positions once again. Komakopa has extended his lead over trackside to about 1.5 seconds. Natural over Bald Guy here. Mr. Miller is just going to continue on with his Grand Prix. But we have this 3-car fight here up at the front. A 3-second penalty for the Sauber of Harvey. It appears he made a huge mistake off of 13. Rocket Man has looked to put the pressure back on in this Aston Martin. He has not really saved up a lot of battery. With the 2 in front have a little bit more than he does. Rocket Man down to the inside of the Williams. Back into your provisional winner. On lap 20, we're about to cross the line to complete 20. And begin 21. Heading towards turn 1. Is the Williams going to peek to the inside? No. Modern Tide's going to swap positions with the Boonster. And them two fighting, causing a little bit of another 3-second time penalty for Modern Tide. Natural here. He's defending off the Sauber of Bald Guy Racing. Peak hour in. Mr. Miller's going to swap position. Rocket Man trying to chase down Barstool Benny. Into turn 1 we go. Side by side contact made between the 2 leaders. And Bonnet has retired from the session as he seemed to have made a mistake off the exit of 22 and 23. Barstool Benny is putting the pressure back on Harvey here. And now Harvey's got the pressure on Rocketman. We're coming down to about 2.5 laps to go here. Or 3 laps to go. And now we're going to make our way into turn 27. Harvey's leading Barstool and Rocketman. The booster's going to continue to follow behind Modern Tie here. Comacopa's got him in a sandwich. Harvey is going to lose the lead once again to Barstool Benny. Now Benny's got a car separating him and Rocketman. As we're going to carry our speed down this middle sector here of Sector 2. Heading towards turn 22. Off the exit we go. Heading towards the final corner to begin the penultimate lap. Harvey is going to jump back into the lead. The Williams looking to defend the inside. Not able to do so. He is going to get the DRS, I believe so, from the Sauber. Yes, he does. Going to pull right up to the right-hand side of him, and around the outside he goes into the braking zone of turn 1. It's going to be massive for him if he can hold it off for the next lap. Modern Tie trying to defend off the booster. The booster around the outside of 2 through the inside of 3. The Aston Martin's looking to hang on the outside goes the Alpine. He's got the inside. Both of them giving each other space. Making their way through Sector 2. Or Sector 1, the middle section here. And the Alpine of Modern Tie has been able to manage to defend off the booster. And now Comacopa. And here comes Trackside into the picture. The Ferrari, this late in the Grand Prix, with the fighting going on in front, is now wanted to join in on the battle. The Aston Martin taking on the Alpine. Heading through Sector 2, now making our way towards turn 22 we go. The Aston Martin looking to the inside, gonna slot back in behind a really horrible entrance run through 22. Now the Alpine of Comacopa is going to use DRS to his advantage and get through. The Ferrari on his way as well. That's going to cost the Aston Martin of the booster a lot of position as we head into turn 27. To begin the final lap of the Grand Prix, Harvey has retaken the lead over Barstool Benny. Barstool Benny through the inside of 1, around the outside of 2, now through the inside of 3. He has gained the lead back. Harvey's sitting, separating the 2. Rocketman getting ready to pounce. Now the Alpines are going to fight it out here between Comacopa and Modern Tie. Trackside, right behind him, the booster in P7. Back up to the front we go, heading into turn 13. Big defense from the Sauber on the inside. A little bump from the Aston Martin into the back of the Sauber, and they nearly took all 3 of them out of this Grand Prix. As we're heading through turns 16 and 17, again contact once again between the Aston Martin and the Sauber. This is heavy defense from the Sauber, who has a time penalty. And now he's going to get the DRS to the Williams in front of him. Into turn 22 we go. We're going to make our way through the final two corners. And the DRS flaps are open one more time. Does Rocketman have enough battery to contend? And it looks like the Williams has more. Barstool bending down the inside to defend into 27. He's going to have all the battery in the world to help him run towards the line. Will he get the defense? And indeed he does. He's going to take home his first Grand Prix victory to break up Rocketman's streak. Comacopa is going to be leading Modern Tide to the line. And it appears Comacopa into P4, trackside inside the top 5 to Booster. Side by side, the trackside to the line. Modern Tide in P7. P8 is Natural. The bald guy in 9th, Mr. Miller in 10th. 11th is Peak Hour. 12th is Raptor. 13th is Swazi. And 14th will be Powder Cake with 2 DNFs of Bonga and Tarzan. And the driver of the day will be trackside here, inside the top 5. Go through the results one more time. Alright, Barstool Benny at the top, Rocketman in second, Harvey third, Comacopa fourth, trackside rounds out your top 5. The Boonster sits 7th, Modern Tide Natural 8th, 9th is Bald Guy, Mr. Miller 10th, Peak Hour 11th, Raptor 12th, Swazi 13th, Patty Cake 14th, Bonga and Tarzan will be your finishers. In the meantime, folks, that was a wonderful Grand Prix here by the Pro Tier, and they will be heading to the Netherlands to take on the Zandvoort circuit. Next Monday night, February 17th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the CCRL TV channel. I am the Johnny Damon. I hope you all had a fantastic night and enjoyed this Grand Prix. I will see you next week.